What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all so much for being here once again. So I am back with another reaction video. Now this comes from these young women who are saying that they are the first to actually live on their own and do it, I guess, and pay their own bills. Listen, y'all gotta chime in on the comments on this one. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, y'all know what it is, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. It is free to subscribe. But baby, let's get into this. It's a short clip, but pay attention to what they're saying. I just thought this was a little hilarious. Child, just listen. Here we go.
We are women that actually get to live on our own,
bro,
for the first time in like history.
Bro, I literally saw a girl on TikTok was like, we are the first generation in a lot of our lineage to be women to pay and paying all of our own bills without a man and no kids.
Yes, and you have the luxury to choose to do that.
This is not like, oh, this is what I want to do, and I don't need a man for it. And if a man comes, cool, but I don't need a man.
I don't need him for that.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, like once I started thinking about it like that, it really helped me learn how to be alone, because I was like, in reality, I'm looking at my apartment and all this is me right here.
What do y'all think about what they had to say? Lord bless their hearts. Let me know what y'all thinking. So these young ladies are saying that they're the first in their lineage to pay bills by themselves and not need a man, baby. So this is the first group of women ever in life who have paid their own bills without a man present. Y'all hearing this? You know, it's just a sad world, you know, that we live in, how a lot of these young people are misinformed. We all do some stupid stuff at one point. You know, we were all young at once and didn't know what we were talking about. It's the programming for me, even though they got that wrong. It's the programming into making these young women think that this is the route that they should be taking. The message that they're putting out here is like, it's just insane. And we know that it doesn't work. We have a lot of women out here who are struggling to pay their own bills and would love to have some help. But the problem with that is, with the way the world is headed now, people are struggling. You're gonna need each other more than ever. Separating and isolating, continuing to push that narrative, it's gonna hurt a lot of people. It's not gonna help. You don't hear men saying, oh, I grew up and I got out of my father's house or my mother's house and I had to grow up and get an apartment and oh, I'm doing this all by myself. No, you don't ever hear men saying that. They get up, they do what they have to do. They become responsible for themselves, the ones who are responsible. They don't look around making videos saying, oh, I got rent. I paid my rent. I'm the first to ever do it. And look at me. No, because they know it's a part of being an adult. You don't get a cookie or a prize for taking care of yourself. That's because if you don't take care of yourself, who else gonna do it? So you're supposed to become an adult and take care of yourself. The thing is, as you're doing that, you should also, in my opinion, just my opinion, because there are people, I do understand that there are women out here who really don't want a man. There are people who really don't want to be in relationships and they're fine by themselves, and that's fine. If that's your life, then this message is not for you. But it's for the ones who always talk about they want relationships, but you can't seem to find one, and something is wrong with all the men out there, when I know that is not the case. And it's just a bunch of women who have never, women and men who have never been raised or taught to be in relationships. Everybody was basically taught to be independent women, independent boss chicks. You don't need no man. That's the rhetoric that is pushed out, that you would like one, but you don't really need him, and that's fine. But don't be surprised when you just don't have one, because I don't think anybody wants to feel like they're not needed. Just like you as a woman in a relationship, you want to feel like your man needs you in some kind of way and that he wants you also. You know, you got to think about the things that you're saying and what you're putting out there and how men are listening and how it can negatively affect you in the dating market. So I think this idea that's constantly being pushed, even by the younger women, oh, I don't need no man, I can pay my own bills. You're supposed to pay your own bills. Nobody else is supposed to come in and pay your bills but you, until you meet somebody and you guys merge together and then you do it together. Before you do it together, you're supposed to do that yourself. That's your responsibility. Your parents should teach you to teach you responsibility and all of that stuff when you're in the house with them. Usually, start you off with a bank account, or you work and they teach you how to save your money and how to pay a bill and how you do credit and things like that. You're supposed to learn that while you're in the household with your parents. So when you go out on your own, you know how to do these things. And then when you finally meet a man that you marry, you guys build up on what you've already started, and you build together, and you can build it faster together as opposed to doing it by yourself. It's always better to have two heads than just one. They keep trying to push push this idea of single, you know, you don't need no man and all these types of things. When we hear women more and more now complaining about how high these bills are, how they're tired of paying them by themselves, and they would love to have somebody to help them with the bills. Even though you have a lot of pushback when it comes to 50-50, there are still people out here saying, hey, I'll take that 50-50 as opposed to this me doing it all by myself. Stop with this narrative. Look, being married and being in a relationship is not for everybody. Let's just be clear on that. If that's not what you want, that's not what you want. I would not try to force somebody into doing something that they just don't want to do. If you don't want to do it, if you're one of those people who love being by yourself, you love your own company, you're happy in your skin, you don't need a man, and you living your best life, do you. I'm all for it. But this is mainly, like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. It's to the women who are complaining about men, but you want a relationship, and all of the relationships that you've been in were trash, but it's all his fault, and you never look at your part and take accountability for how you may have negatively contributed to that relationship. I personally believe it's going to be a rude awakening for these young women who think that, oh, you know, I'm doing this all by myself, because you start off that way, you know. A lot of young women start off that way, but halfway in there, they start realizing, oh, okay, I see what this is all about. And then you change your mind. A lot of women start off happy, independent, things going good, you get fresh out of college, you got your little job, and you know, got you an apartment, and it's all good. But, you know, you keep going, you get halfway through that, things start changing, bills get higher, you lose that job, and then you got to go find another job, and things start looking sketchy. You start losing things. You can't pay that car note. The insurance is too high. Then you start looking around saying, damn, I mean, this is tough. And it's life. We all go through it as young people. We all go through it. We've experienced rough times. It's a part of life. So it's up to you to decide whether you want to do that by yourself or you want to have a companionship. Do you want to build a family? Do you want to grow and build with somebody? Because I think, to me, that's the key to your success, in my opinion. I think and not saying you can't be successful single, but I mean, it depends on what you want. If you want a family, if you want to build a relationship and be a wife and have a husband, to me, it'll be a lot easier having the support on both ends. Even if you still want to work and your husband work, y'all have two incomes. That way you can afford things much easier. You can build up on that and have a good life. It doesn't have to be miserable and all bad like some people try to make it seem, as opposed to you just doing it all by yourself. Because most women get tired. Like I said, most women get tired of doing it by themselves. They would love to have some support here and there from a man who actually cares about them and want to be with them. So overall, I would just say we got to stop pushing this single, I don't need no man, I can do it by myself, this independent mindset, because it's not really helping. And there's a long history of it not working, and it's just not benefiting most women, in my opinion. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It's free to subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. So let me know what you think in the comments, you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.